So anything could happen that can show you that, alright, this really was not the person for me. I have made a mistake. How can I fix that? So God is trying to prevent you from going through all of that drama. And welcome back to my channel slash page, because I'm on YouTube as well as Instagram. I will of course insert my usernames or my username. I will of course insert the username for Instagram for you guys. Today I just want to talk about post breakups. So you know that moment when you are no longer in a relationship. Yeah, I want to talk about that part. Alright, so without further ado, let's do this. Okay? So the first thing that I want to talk about is, firstly, I just want to let you all know that I am just speaking from my experiences. I am not speaking from a professional standpoint. Let me just say that and get that clear and get that out of the way. Alright, so let's go. The first thing I want to let you know, after you break up, is that God knows what you need. We may think we want this person in our lives. We may think that that's the best thing that ever happened to us, but in all honesty, God knows what's best for us, and God knows what we need. So look at it this way. Suppose this person who you have, you love this person, this is who you want, this is who you believe that you need, but later down the line something will happen and it shows you that person's true color, and shows you maybe that person didn't like you as much as you like them. So anything could happen that can show you that, alright, this really was not the person for me. I have made a mistake. How can I fix that? So God is trying to prevent you from going through all of that drama. He's just trying to prevent us from making the wrong decision. So Jeremiah 29:11 simply says, God knows the plans that He has for you. So I'm going to insert it. I'm going to read from here. They are plans for good and not for disaster. So, for God to prosper the exiled people of Judah, He allowed them to return, and He gave them hope. He gave them hope first, and then He allowed them to return. So He knows the plans that He has for you. So He will give you hope. He will give you that hope that better will come. So no doubt about it that we won't go through hard stuff. We will go through hardship. We will go through pain and suffering. But at the end of the day, God will see us through a glorious conclusion. Alright? Next thing is heal properly. Too many times we come out of a relationship and we jump back into something as soon as. Everybody's story is different, yes, but sometimes we want to heal first. We don't want to come out of a relationship with any kind of baggage, anything emotional that will affect your future relationship. So you want to fix yourself. If it is that if you had the problem, if you had to heal, you had to be fixed, fix yourself, please, before you go into another relationship and the same thing happens again. So you want to heal properly. There was a guy named Naaman, and he was a very respected person. He had leprosy and he needed to be washed away. He needed to be healed from that leprosy, and he wanted this top of the line treatment because he's a well-respected man. He wanted royal treatment. But did he get that? No, he didn't. Elisha sent a messenger out to him, and the message was he needed to go to the river of Jordan and wash himself 7 times. Not once, not twice, but 7 times. that message was very specific and necessary. And he also did not want to go to the river of Jordan because he knew that that river was very filthy. So we go through things, we are uncomfortable, but certain steps are necessary for the proper healing. So let's be obedient and let's take our time. So don't rush. Heal first and then let God's will be done. We need to heal. And by healing, you need to spend more time with God, build a relationship with Him. Alright? Again, these are just my tips. So we go through brokenness, we go through a season of brokenness. And that's normal. That's normal for us to feel broken, to feel lost, to feel so confused. Like, what are we doing? What did I do? Sometimes we come out of a relationship and we just remember all these stuff that all these good moments that you had with that person, and that's okay. That's really, really normal. But at the end of the day, you know why you made that decision. And that decision is that person was not right for you. It wasn't God's will for you to be with that person. So it's okay to remember. It's really, really, it's normal to remember. So something that stood out to me is taken from Proverbs 15 verse 13, which says, a glad heart makes a happy face, a broken heart crushes the spirit. And some of us either ended the relationship or someone broke up with us and it leaves us with a broken heart and it crushes our spirit, and that's normal. But we need to go through a season of, we need to cry. Let's be real. We need to cry. Yes, we miss that person. You miss them, and that's normal. Cry if you need to cry. Just go ahead and cry. It's fine. It's normal. Just cry. So cry. Don't sit down too long. It'll only be a moment. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. So joy will come in the morning. Alright? Not literal morning, but joy will come one day. Cycles. Some of us, it's hard. It's hard to understand, alright, well, this is done. What do I do next? Like, who am I? Some of us get lost, and the only way we feel comfortable, or the only way we feel like we've been found, is going back into that same situation that we left for a reason. So we find ourselves in a cycle, and you don't want to do that because it's not helping you in any way. It's not helping you grow. Your purpose is to grow, and that's exactly what you should be doing. So don't go back because you feel weak. As I said, build a relationship with God. You're feeling weak, you need to lean on Him. That's even more incentive to rely on God, to pray and to worship, and to let Him know that you are hurt and you are hurting and you are sad. Let Him know all these things. Be real, be specific with your prayers, and be honest with yourself. This stood out to me, and it was like, oh my gosh, it was really harsh but necessary. Proverbs 26:11. You ready for this? So as a dog returns to its vomit, so a fool repeats his foolishness. So as a dog goes back and licks its vomit, you all know vomits are disgusting. Vomit is disgusting. So a fool repeats his foolishness. So basically calling us a fool to those who go back to their vomit. You will want to eat your vomit? No, it's disgusting. So don't. Let's try not to fall back into that cycle, because you're going to just end up feeling the same way again. So let's try. Ask God for strength. You're feeling weak, pray and ask Him for that strength to push through, to persevere. Alright? This brings me to my last point. Don't beat yourself up too much. If you were the person that did the breaking up and you hurt that person, I would like to think that you explained to them properly, the reason why, you made that decision. So just be honest with them and let them know why. You can at least do that, give them an explanation why you're doing what you do. Again, it depends on the situation. As I said, everybody's story is different, right? And if you were the person that were on the other end, if you were the person that were on the other end and that person explained, alright, this is why they did that, don't feel bad, don't feel too sad. Yes, you're a messy person, but try to understand that there's a reason why they made that decision. So try to understand that as well. I mean, I know it will be hard to understand if you're really not at a place where, alright, yeah, I get what he's trying to say, or I get what she's trying to say, but know that it's not meant to hurt you. They just have some stuff that they have to work on, and they don't want to hurt you or drag you along, and they don't really, their mind is somewhere else. So it's better they end things instead of hurting you more. So the person who did the breaking up, you made a decision. You made a decision to choose wisdom. So you made a wise decision. So this comes from Proverbs 19:8. To acquire wisdom is to love oneself. People who cherish understanding will prosper. So the Bible is not promoting self-centeredness, but it's encouraging those who really care about themselves to seek wisdom. So if you care about your relationship with God and this is what you choose to do, you made this wise decision, by all means, do what you have to do. Because if you're a Christian and you desire to build a relationship with God, and you are in a relationship and you are being held back, at the end of the day, if something happens to you, what would your fate be? Where would you go? What would you do? So if you are being convicted to end that relationship, by all means, if that's what God wants you to do, I suggest that you do it. Because it's either one thing or the other. Something extremely heartbreaking may happen and the relationship just ends on its own and you end up really hurt. Or listen to him, try to listen to him in the early stages and do what you have to do. So let's choose obedience. Let's choose to trust God. Let's choose to trust His plans that He has for us. Let's choose His way, because He knows what we need. We may think we need something and it's not what's good for us. So trust God. I hope that some of these tips are helpful. I can relate to all of them. So I'm not just making it up. I went through it. So I hope that it is helpful to you in some way and helps you understand that we are human beings, but we are also servants for God, and we need to trust Him. If we say we love Him, we need to trust Him and trust His decisions and trust that He knows what's best for us. So thank you so much again for watching, and if you like this video, press that button, subscribe if you want to, follow me on Instagram and stay tuned for more.